All right, back on Sportsbook, Pauly and Teddy. Time for a big game breakdown. As always, live odds, sportsbookreview.com. Saturday night, NFL Network. Dolphins hit the road to take on the Jets. Dolphins 2.5, 37.5 the total. Cold, rain, more in. Tannehill hurt, and we know it's petty for the Jets. Bowles in a tough spot, although he's going to say, I think he's going to keep his job. After what happened Monday night against the Colts, they were calling for his head. But he's in a tough spot. Does he put the young guy in and suffer with some losses or try to compete with Fitzpatrick? But the problem is Petty needs a good offensive line, and he's not getting any help because Clady's hurt, Mangold's done. They had a big comeback win against the 49ers, but that was more what the 49ers were unable to do, and Dawson missing field goals, Teddy.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not just Mangold who's hurt and Clady's hurt. I mean, those guys are on IR. Giacomini's on IR, and Brent Foley's a question mark for this week. So they could be minus 4 starters on the offensive line. That's a problem for a veteran quarterback. It's a bigger problem for a young QB getting only his, second or third career start for the Jets. There's no question Bowles got to go with the young guy right now. But you think about what's wrong with that Jets offensive line. Well, let's see. Petty got sacked 6 times in San Francisco. The 49ers didn't have more than 3 sacks in any previous game all year, which speaks volumes about that offensive line. And, of course, Matt Forte's doubtful for the Jets, although Bilal Powell's strong. 29 for $145 and 2 touchdowns against San Fran and 5 catches for 34. We don't worry too much about the running back situations for New York. But the bottom line is here's a young QB that's not going to get a whole lot of protection, and there may be issues with the running game surrounding him. But, Pauly, Petty, much better second half than he did in the first half. You got a good quote there about him settling in after a bad start.
I give the kid credit. Remember, his first pass was intercepted. It was 14-0 Niners 4 minutes into the game, and then the Jets win in overtime. Here's the quote. The first half, I was waiting to confirm what I was seeing, and that was kind of correlating to holding the ball, which makes me mad because I don't normally do that. I was waiting a little bit too long, but I really think the second half, I just had to settle down. I kept telling myself we're going to make plays. Something good's going to happen, and you kind of get in a groove as a quarterback, end quote. And now here we go with the Dolphins, Teddy. Matt Moore, I guess, not a ringing endorsement, but I would call him serviceable.
Yeah, I mean, he was pretty rough coming in against Arizona cold off the bench last week, but he's a quarterback who's been around the league for 9 seasons. He's only thrown 35 passes over the last 4 years. He's had good games. The consistency problem has always been there for Matt Moore. Here's what Adam Gase had to say about him, quote, I like calling plays for him because you never know what you're going to experience in that play. I kind of like that about him. He's aggressive. It's fun when we were going through preseason, how we develop in this offense. But I don't think he gives himself the credit for the fact that he sees coverage well, he can throw the ball underneath, and he can throw the intermediate ball. I like the fact that he's not afraid to scramble outside the pocket and play a little looser than a lot of coaches like. I like it. So, sounds like Gase is going to give more freedom to move around in the pocket and try to create something. And, of course, the Dolphins bring one of the NFL's best defensive lines to give Petty and the Jets' banged-up offensive line all kinds of trouble.
Dolphins are pass? What do you think?
Yeah, I don't like the weather. That is not Miami weather, and it concerns me. But I know I don't want the Jets in this game. Jets got their win last week.
Hey, guys, for the full video, go to sbrpicks.com.
Go to sbrodds.com. Browse, compare, and shop live odds available at top online sportsbooks.